Why, hello. So this week we are going to be making one of my favorite desserts. Now this is my own recipe. One of my favorite desserts ever is tiramisu. So I figured out a way to make a very easy tiramisu trifle. Pretty much to make anything a trifle, you just have to have some kind of like cakey layer, some filling and some kind of topping, and you put it in a trifle dish. So in this bowl here, I'm actually working on the filling. This is a 12-ounce container of whipped cream cheese and one of these 8-ounce containers of whipped topping. That I like to use as my filling. The cream cheese has a little more tang than like mascarpone that's usually in tiramisu. But when you do not have mascarpone, cream cheese is a very suitable substitute. So we're just going to get these two items all incorporated to make our filling. And when it's done, it should kind of look like that. And now since we have all of that, we are ready to begin assembling the trifle. So what we're going to do first, I have about 24 ounces of just plain black coffee. I brewed it, poured it in the bowl, let it cool down. Don't want to burn your fingers. And I could not find the lady fingers that I needed, so I found these little cookies that actually pair well with coffee. So we're going to use that. That's going to be our first layer. Just kind of give them a little dunk into the coffee. You start by layering it. And don't worry about any little gaps that might be around here, since, you know, this is more a rectangular shape and this is a circle. I'll show you what to do with that. And again, nice little dunk. And actually, since there's some chocolate ones in here, let's alternate just to make it look fun. Okay, let's see if I can fit this other one over here. Not quite. So easy solution when you have gaps. Just take the cookies, break them up. Now that fits perfectly. One more. And the coffee is going to work to soften these because they are a bit crisp like a cookie. So it's going to continue to soften it while it's sitting there, and then also the other ingredients will do the same thing. So it looks like I just need a little piece for over here on the end. And we want to try to get it as level as possible, but if it's not perfectly level, it's not a huge deal. So we're going to take nice big scoop of our filling. Get that down into the trifle dish, another scoop. And you just want to spread that around and make sure it goes around the whole outside of the trifle dish. And now, one of my favorite parts, something that pairs so well with some coffee, is chocolate. I have a little strainer here. I actually use that to kind of just like powder the chocolate over it. It gets rid of any lumps, so you just don't have a big old clump of chocolate in there for no reason. just take it. And I pretty much go around until there's at least a layer of the cocoa so that you're not seeing the white coming through. So we're good with that. And from there, you just keep repeating. You do between these cookies, the filling, and the cocoa until, I usually go until I'm out of the filling. Okay, now the assembly is done. I did 3 layers of like the lady finger like cookies, the filling, and cocoa. And just to finish it off, I put another layer of the little cookie things on top here. So then on top of that, just to finish it off, make it tasty, have a container of the whipped topping. I'm gonna start out by just taking half of it and putting it on top here and spreading it out. Usually I only use half to start out with because sometimes you don't need the whole thing. And just like with the filling, I just usually start from the center. Just kind of level it out, make sure everything's getting covered. And you don't have to get it completely smooth. I kind of like it still having a little bit of like peaks and valleys kind of thing going on here. So then just top it off with some cocoa. Same method as before. So that looks pretty good. Last little thing I'm going to do just to kind of clean it out, make it look a little better. Just take a paper towel here because I got some cocoa powder all along the rim of this. So just take a dry paper towel because it's just some dry cocoa powder. And then we have our completed trifle. These are one of my favorite desserts to make. They are so simple. You can make so many variations on it. I actually started out, my very first one was a Black Forest trifle with like chocolate cake, cherry pie filling, and then like a vanilla pudding whipped topping mix in there. And then I've made one for spring where for the cake I used a lemon pound cake. And then I just pretty much did strawberry yogurt, whipped topping, and fresh strawberries. I'm telling you, just let your creativity run wild with these things. They are sure to be a party pleaser anywhere you take them. All right, so it has been about 2 hours. This has been chilling in the fridge, letting the ingredients settle. So I'm just gonna take a nice scoop. There's no reason to try and make it look pretty because when it's in a trifle dish like this, it don't stay looking pretty. very good.